Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Silent Crocheter, and this video is going to contain just pictures of crochet items that I already have donated, but I wanted to share on some of the things I did last year, or in fact 2 years ago. This first one was a corner-to-corner shawl. I don't recall the yarn I used, but I know it was a variegated. It was a slow changing, and I love the corner to corner style because you can really do anything with it. A blanket, a shawl, a scarf. So this is one of the corner to corners I made. I'll be back with the next photo. This is another corner to corner shawl I did. I added some tassels. Again, this piece was donated. I used two different yarns. I believe the bright pink was a red heart yarn. I don't remember what the variegated was, but that was the front of it, and that was the back. Let me find more photos. This one here, I found this off of Fiber Spider's website or YouTube channel. This is almost like I think they consider it like a log cabin style, the way that you shift your colors. And this was done in a granny square, and this was all shades of purple and white yarn. Again, just a lot of stash yarn that I had to use up, and this was another shawl that I made. And here's the front of it. This prayer shawl was from Creative Grandma's YouTube channel. I used Pound of Love in white and mint green. This was made for a colleague of mine, and this was done 2018. I also made a couple of Jacob ladders. That's one of the names they call this stitch. This also came from Creative Grandma. I did this one in two shades of purple plus the white, and again these were Lion Brand Pound of Love, and I think the lighter color or the darker color was a different yarn brand because I didn't have the dark color. Let me get back to the next picture. Again, same stitch, but I used shades of pink with white. Again, this was the Creative Grandma's YouTube channel. I think it was Baby's First Christmas. But again, this is what they consider Jacob's ladder. We do a lot of double crochets, and then where you have the chains, you connect. Here was another set I completed. This design or stitch pattern came from Hooked by Robin's YouTube channel. She had, I think it was fan and fishtail stitch or something like that. I don't recall it. I know it has a combination. And I've often seen her videos on the glove on this particular stitch pattern. And again, at that time frame, I wasn't ready. I was intimidated by, the stitch and all that. And I wound up, when I came across the video again, I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. So I wound up making fingerless gloves and a scarf. And then I just did a random stitch for the hat and just made a complete set. Again, this was also donated as well. And there's just various pictures. And there's the hat. Again, here's another piece I made. I don't recall. I think this was the 3D double crochet stitch. I used the Lion Brand Scarfy yarn I had. I think it was coral and cream. I added buttons and just kind of made it like a capelet, or just like a shoulder warmer to put around. Again, this is another piece I donated. And then just to finalize this video, just a couple odds and ends. I was making a Twiddle Muff. I had made some in the past, and donated them as well. I want to get more into making more of these. I think they're kind of cool and fun to make because you have so many different textures, different mediums, different craft items that you can throw together and really come up with a unique little design to help. with the Twiddle Muffs of, you know, having different textures and again, mediums on this. This was a piece I made, oh God, maybe 2017. This was just something random. I just took different sections and created different, or, you know, like there's different sections, different types of stitches, and I just kept going. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't, you know, gauge sized or anything. I didn't care about the gauge on this, but it was something I just wanted to really experiment with. And again, this was another piece I donated. And one final piece. This was the knitted hat I spoke about. This was the very first time I even tried knitting a hat, and I didn't have the proper tools or right size needles, and I went ahead. I don't recall the yarn, everything. This was just like cleaning out my little yarn stash of what was left over in yarn, and I just added some beads. But this was one of my hats. I still have it. It's packed away somewhere. Like I said, when I make pieces that I really like, I keep them like for my own prototype. So, and samples. So if I ever want to go back and try to recreate, at least I have, you know, the original I started out with. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this is just some of my past projects that I worked on. Again, majority of it has been donated. So I hope whoever receives the piece that was made, that they know it was made from the heart and with love. Everyone take care. Have a good afternoon. Talk to you soon.